Donald Trump is declaring war on, on this country and its people. He's doing this because he thinks the excuse is he's doing it to protect us from a crime wave which doesn't exist. The stupidity of Donald Trump is coming from this Truth Social post. He's dressed as Colonel Kilgore, the character from Apocalypse Now. In fact, if anyone ever saw the movie Apocalypse Now, this whole thing is supposed to look like the movie poster. Helicopters flying over a burning wasteland. Only the burning wasteland happens to be Chicago, and he's supposed to be some bad soldier, which he never was. And he decides to add the caption, "I love the smell of deportation in the morning," trying to coin Kilgore's quote from the movie. And he says, "The city of Chicago will learn why we call it the Department of War." Yeah, he changed the Department of Defense into the Department of War because he thinks it's badass, because he thinks it's scary, because I don't know why. Frankly, Trump is declaring war on our country, on us as people, as Americans. I really don't know what to say to this. And the worst part about it is the MAGA is cheering it on, thinking this will make America safer, this will make America more America, or red, white, and blue, yah, wah, rah, rah. It's not. American citizens are in a very extreme risk. American soldiers who will be deployed to Chicago will be at great risk. And that's no threat, it is the unfortunate fact. Because of two scenarios that might actually happen, especially in a city like Chicago, which was supposed to be crime and murderous. Scenario one is this. What happens if a National Guard soldier accidentally pulls the trigger on on an unarmed civilian, regardless if they're an illegal immigrant or an American citizen? What do you think the reaction would be in that scenario? Or scenario two, that Donald Trump and his War Department have not even thought of. What happens if an American citizen or an illegal alien manages to actually kill one of our soldiers? See, what really bothers me about Donald Trump, among everything else, is that he doesn't think things through. Do we have a crime problem in this country? Yes. Do we need to solve it? Yes. But the way that Donald Trump is trying to do it is only showing me that he doesn't care about the crime problem. He wants to feel tough. He wants to be the man that shows, I got bigger balls than Vladimir Putin. I got bigger balls than any president has anywhere in this country. I got big balls. Look at me, Daddy. I got big balls. The fact is, he is trying to distract us from the Jeffrey Epstein thing. Leave that in the back burner. His presidency is completely untenable at this point. His approval numbers are low. Even members of the MAGA are turning against him. And the only way for him to be strong and to keep power is to deploy the military and silence all opposition. But that is going to come at a very serious cost. Ben Franklin, and let me remind you of all this, the MAGA couldn't care less. They think Trump is tough. They think Trump is tough on crime. He's tough on immigration. He is the toughest president ever. He's got big balls. They think that he's making America safe when he's actually putting America and Americans in a very dangerous position. Benjamin Franklin once said that those who sacrifice essential freedoms in exchange for a little security don't deserve security or freedom. MAGA, you sacrificed our freedoms, our essential freedoms, for security. You sacrificed our country for a man who can't even go to a sporting event like the US Open, like he did this past weekend, and not be booed. The man was booed. No one respects him. No one likes him. No one sees him as a strong leader. All they see, and all they ever will see, is a lunatic and a madman. But what should gall you all is that this is exactly what Kamala Harris said during the campaign trail, that he would use the military against the American people, and now we're seeing it. We're seeing it in Los Angeles during the protests. We saw it in Washington D.C. and during this crime wave Trump kept talking about, and he's threatening to do it all over again. Trump, you don't want to fight a war against the people of the United States. You'll lose, and lose royally. Because when it ends, you're going to prison. You will be put on trial for treason and violations of the Constitution of the United States, and you'll spend whatever is left of that life, of that what you call a life, in a prison cell. And I will have no sympathy for you, because you destroyed a great nation for no reason but that you're afraid of being named a rapist, a child rapist. You're weak because you can't stand up to Putin or anyone else. You're stupid because you would know that this would not stand. And if any MAGA out there wants to challenge me on those grounds, feel free. Because you are part of the problem. Trump, if you really want a war against your own people, I hope you're ready to take responsibility for the fallout. Knowing the kind of man that you're not ready for that kind of responsibility. You were never a responsible child. You weren't responsible in high school or college. You weren't responsible when daddy left you the company, and you're not responsible as president. Be ready for the consequences, Trump. Because those consequences end with you in a prison cell. CTP knows the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.